Have you ever felt frozen? Like you wanted to do something big, but your body wouldn't move? Maybe your heart beat fast, your hands got cold, and your mind whispered, "What if I fail?" If yes, you're not alone. This is called the fear of failure. And it's something even the most successful people in the world have felt. But here's a secret. Those people didn't stop because of fear. They acted in spite of it. Now let me tell you something very interesting before we begin. Did you know that fear and excitement feel almost the same inside the body? Your heartbeat rises, your breath becomes quicker, and your brain becomes more alert. But one makes you run away, and the other pushes you forward. The difference? How you see it. That's why if you learn how to manage fear, especially fear of failure, you can start living a powerful life. In this video, you will learn 5 powerful rules to deal with the fear of failure. These rules are not difficult to understand. They are simple, clear, and easy to apply, and they will change the way you live your life forever. Rule 1. Change what failure means to you. Many people are afraid of failure, not because it is painful, but because of what they believe it means. In their minds, failure is a sign that they are not good enough. They think that if they fail, it means they are a loser. They feel ashamed, embarrassed, or even broken. But this is the wrong way to look at failure. The truth is simple. Failure only means that you tried something, and it didn't work. That's all, nothing more. It doesn't mean you are not smart. It doesn't mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you will never succeed. It only means that you made an attempt, and that attempt didn't go the way you expected. Think about this. Have you ever seen a baby trying to walk? What happens the first time? The baby stands up, takes 1 or 2 steps, and falls. Then the baby gets up again, takes more steps, and falls again. This happens many times. But the baby never says, "I guess I'm not good at walking, I give up." The baby keeps trying, day after day, and one day, the baby walks. That is how life works. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you are learning to ride a bicycle. You try to ride for the first time, you fall, you get up and try again. You fall again, but you don't stop. Each time you try, you learn something. You figure out how to balance. You get better at using the brakes. You understand how to turn. And after many tries, you can ride the bike. So here's the question. Were your falls really failures? Or were they steps toward success? Most people don't fear failure itself. They fear judgment. They are afraid of what others will think. What if I fail and people laugh at me? What if my friends say I'm not smart? What if I look stupid? But here's a powerful truth. People are not thinking about you as much as you think. Everyone is busy thinking about themselves. Everyone is worried about their own lives. So don't let fear of judgment stop you from growing. Now let's look at someone famous, Thomas Edison. He is known for inventing the electric light bulb. But do you know how many times he failed before he succeeded? More than 10,000 times. People asked him how he kept going after so many failures. Edison replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the kind of mindset you need. Don't run away from failure. Redefine it. See it as feedback. Every failure tells you something important. Every mistake is a lesson. If you listen to what failure is teaching you, you will improve. Now let's look at 3 simple points that will help you change what failure means to you. 1. Failure means you are trying. Many people stay in their comfort zones. They don't try anything new because they fear making mistakes. But if you try and fail, it means you are moving forward. You are not standing still. You are alive. You are learning. And that is something to be proud of. Trying is better than not trying at all. 2. Failure means you are learning. When you fail, your brain gets smarter. You understand more about how things work. You gain experience. You see what doesn't work, so next time, you can do it better. Failure is like a teacher. It teaches you things that success cannot. Success feels good, but failure helps you grow. Don't fear it. Learn from it. 3. Failure is part of success. Ask any successful person, and they will tell you about their failures. Athletes lose games. Business people make bad decisions. Writers get rejected by publishers. Musicians are told no many times before they are told yes. But they don't quit. They keep going. Why? Because they understand that failure is part of the journey. You can't reach the top without walking through some valleys. If you accept this truth, you will no longer be afraid of setbacks. So remember this: you are not a failure just because something didn't go your way. You are simply a person who is learning. A person who is brave enough to try. That is the beginning of growth. Every time you fail, you get stronger. Every time you fall, you rise again with more knowledge and courage. If you change your definition of failure, you change your relationship with fear. And when that changes, a new world opens up for you. You become free to try, free to learn, and free to succeed. Rule 2. Take small steps, not giant leaps. One of the biggest reasons people fear failure is because they try to do too much, too fast. They want to go from 0 to 100 in one big jump. But life doesn't work that way. Success doesn't happen overnight. And trying to do everything at once often leads to frustration, stress, and failure. That's why you must take small steps, not giant leaps. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You can't reach the top with one giant jump. You must take one step, then another, and another. Slowly, steadily, you make progress. If you try to jump up the mountain, you will fall and get hurt. But if you take small, steady steps, you'll reach the top with strength and confidence. Let's imagine something simple. Building a house. You don't start by putting up the roof. You don't paint the walls before laying the foundation. You must go one step at a time. First, you prepare the ground. Then you pour the foundation. Then you add the walls, windows, and finally, the roof. That's how strong houses are built. Your life, your goals, your success, it all works the same way. Now think about learning a new skill, like speaking English fluently. This is a goal many people have, but they feel afraid. They fear they will make mistakes. They fear others will laugh. So they do nothing. But doing nothing leads to nowhere. So what can you do? You start small. You don't need to give a big speech on day 1. You don't need to be perfect. Instead, begin with something small. Say one sentence in English to yourself in the mirror. The next day, try another sentence. Then, speak a few words with a friend or family member. After that, maybe join a small group where people are also learning. Step by step, your fear will shrink and your confidence will grow. Over time, you will surprise yourself. Why does this work? Because small steps make your brain feel safe. When you look at a big task, your brain says, "This is too much. I can't do it." You feel overwhelmed. You freeze. But when you break it into small parts, your brain says, "This is easy. I can do this." You feel calm and in control. Here's another example. Let's say you want to get fit and start exercising. But going to the gym for 1 hour every day seems impossible. So what happens? You don't even start. You say, I'll do it next week, but that week never comes. Instead, start with 5 minutes a day. Do a short walk. Stretch your body. Move a little. That's enough. Once 5 minutes becomes a habit, increase it to 10, then 15. Slowly, your body and mind will adapt. One day you'll be doing an hour, and it won't feel hard anymore. The same idea works for your dreams. Even big dreams start with small actions. If your dream is to become a writer, start by writing 1 paragraph a day. If your goal is to start a business, begin with researching for 10 minutes a day. Small steps create progress, and progress builds momentum. When you take small steps, you build a powerful chain of success. Each step gives you a small win, and each win gives you more confidence. It becomes a positive cycle. One good step leads to another and another until you start to feel strong. You begin to believe in yourself. That belief is the fuel you need to keep going. Always remember this. Big trees grow from small seeds. You don't need to do everything today. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next right step, and then the next. The path will reveal itself as you walk. What matters is not speed, but consistency. Don't let the size of your dreams stop you. Don't freeze just because the journey looks long. Every long journey is just a series of small steps. Focus on today. Focus on what you can do now. Take action, no matter how small. So the next time you feel afraid to start, ask yourself, what is the smallest step I can take right now? Then take it. That small step will lead you to something bigger. And one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Rule 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the biggest causes of fear, especially fear of failure, is focusing too much on things you cannot control. You worry about what people will think. You stress about what might happen tomorrow. You fear being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. But here's the truth. You do not control everything, and you don't need to. What you can control is yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your effort, your choices. That's where your power is. When you focus on what you can control, your fear starts to shrink. Your mind becomes clearer. Your heart becomes calmer. You feel stronger. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you are about to take an important test. You've studied for many days. You've done your homework. But still you feel nervous. You think, what if I fail? That question fills your mind with doubt. But stop and ask yourself a better question. Did I do my best to prepare? If your answer is yes, then let go of the fear. Why? Because you've already done what you could. You cannot control the test questions. You cannot control the weather that day. You cannot control how others perform. But you can control your effort. You can control your attitude. Focusing on what you can control is like holding the steering wheel of your life. You may not control the road, the traffic, or the rain, but you can control how you drive. When a storm comes, you may not stop it, but you can steer your ship in the safest direction. That's real power, and that's how you move forward in life. Many people fear failure because they worry too much about other people's opinions. They ask, what if people laugh at me? What if I look stupid? But let's be honest. People are busy with their own lives. Most people are not thinking about you. And even if someone does criticize you, you can't stop them. What you can control is how you react. Will you hide, or will you keep going? Your mind is your most powerful tool. If you allow fear to take over, it will control your life. But if you feed your mind with courage, it will support you. Try this. Every day, speak to yourself with strength. Say, I am trying my best. I am learning. I am growing. These simple words can change your emotions. When your thoughts are strong, your actions become strong too. Let's say you want to start a business, but you're afraid. You think about the economy. You worry about how others will respond. You stress over every detail. But ask yourself, can I control the economy? Number. Can I control how others react? Number. But can I control how much I plan? Yes. Can I control how much I learn? Yes. Can I control how much I try? Absolutely. And that's enough to begin. Also, remember this truth. You don't have to be perfect. Many people wait and wait because they want everything to be just right. They want the perfect idea, the perfect moment, the perfect result. But perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Nobody is perfect. Not even the most successful people in the world. What they do better than others is keep moving forward, even when things are not perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. What matters is that you learn from it and keep trying. That's how you grow. That's how you get better. And that's how you eventually succeed. Failure becomes a lesson, and every lesson makes you stronger. So here's what to remember. Focus on what you can control. Let go of the rest. When you do that, fear starts to lose its grip on you. You stop worrying about things you cannot change. You stop chasing perfection. You start living with purpose, clarity, and courage. You have the power to direct your thoughts. You have the power to take action. You have the power to keep going no matter what happens around you. That's what makes you strong. That's what makes you unstoppable. Rule 4. Imagine the worst, and then prepare for it. This rule may sound strange at first. Many motivational speakers will tell you, don't think about failure. Don't focus on the negative. Stay positive. While it's true that positive thinking is powerful, there's also value in doing the opposite, thinking about the worst-case scenario. Why? Because when you imagine the worst, something interesting happens. You realize it's not as scary as you thought. The fear that was so big in your mind begins to shrink. You start to see that even if the worst happens, you can survive it. You can handle it. And that thought gives you courage. Let's look at a common example. Imagine you want to start a small business. Maybe you want to sell your handmade products online. You've been dreaming about it for months. But something is stopping you. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of losing money. Fear of embarrassment. Fear of people saying, I told you it wouldn't work. Now take a deep breath. Instead of running from that fear, face it. Ask yourself this question. What is the worst thing that could happen? Be honest. Maybe the worst is that you lose some savings. Maybe you get 0 customers in the beginning. Maybe your family or friends don't support your idea. Maybe you feel disappointed. Okay, now that you've imagined the worst, ask yourself a second question. Can I survive that? Think carefully. If you lose some money, will your life be over? Probably not. If people laugh or criticize, will it destroy you? Definitely not. If it doesn't work right away, can you try again or try something else? Yes, you can. Most of the time, the worst-case scenario is not as bad as our mind makes it out to be. Fear grows in the dark, but when you shine a light on it, when you examine it closely, it becomes smaller. You begin to see that even failure has a limit. And most importantly, you have the strength to get back up. Now comes the powerful part. Prepare for the worst. Don't just imagine it. Make a plan. If you fear losing money, start saving little by little. Build a small safety net. If you fear rejection, prepare your mind for it. Say, some people won't support me, and that's okay. If you fear not knowing enough, start learning. Read books, watch videos, talk to people who have experience. Preparation is your armor. The more prepared you are, the less afraid you feel. Think about it like this. Soldiers don't go into battle without training. They prepare. They practice. They make plans for every situation, even the worst. That way, when the time comes, they don't panic. They stay calm. You must do the same. Prepare your mind. Prepare your skills. Prepare your heart. When you do that, fear loses its power. Here's another truth. The worst thing is not failure. The worst thing is regret. Years from now, you don't want to look back and say, I wish I had tried. That silent voice of regret can hurt more than any failure ever will. Because failure means you tried. Failure means you were brave. But regret means you let fear win. Let's take a look at real-life examples. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books, was rejected by many publishers. She had little money, no job, and a child to raise. But she asked herself, what's the worst that can happen if I keep trying? She decided the worst was rejection, but she could survive that. And so she kept going. Today, millions know her story. The same is true for countless successful people. They all imagined failure. But they didn't stop there. They prepared for it. And most importantly, they took action anyway. You can do the same. So here's what you need to do. First, face your fear head on. Don't run away or pretend it's not there. Sit with it. Look at it closely. Ask yourself a simple but powerful question. What is the worst thing that could happen? Imagine the worst-case scenario in detail. Maybe you lose money. Maybe you feel embarrassed. Maybe things don't go as planned. That's okay. Naming the fear makes it less scary. It brings the unknown into the light. Next, decide if you can handle that worst-case scenario. Be honest with yourself. Most of the time, you will realize that yes, you can handle it. Maybe it will be uncomfortable or difficult, but it's not the end of the world. You are stronger and more capable than you think. This realization is a powerful shield against fear. Then, prepare for that scenario. Don't just wait and hope for the best. Take action. Build a plan. What steps can you take to protect yourself or make the outcome better? Grow your skills so you feel more confident. Save some money so you have a safety net. Find people who can support you, friends, mentors, or experts. Preparation is like armor. It gives you strength and peace of mind. Finally, take the first step, even if everything isn't perfect yet. Waiting for perfect conditions is a trap that keeps many people stuck. There will never be a perfect moment. The real moment is now. Start small if you need to. One action, one decision, one step forward is all it takes to begin. Once you start, you build momentum. Fear loses its power when you move forward. And remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is doing what you need to do, even when fear is present. Once you face the worst in your mind and prepare for it in real life, fear becomes just another challenge, not a wall that stops you. On the other side of fear, you will find your real strength, your purpose, and your power. Rule 5. Keep going, no matter what. This is the final rule, and it may be the most important one of all. Don't quit. No matter how scared you feel, no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how slow your progress seems, Keep going. The truth is, everyone who has ever achieved something great has faced fear, failure, and doubt. But what separates them from the rest is this: they kept moving forward. Let me share a story with you. There was a young woman who dreamed of becoming a writer. She worked hard on her first book. She poured her heart into it. When she finished, she sent the book to publishers. But guess what? She was rejected, not once, not twice, but over 10 times. Some said her writing wasn't good enough. Others didn't even reply. Most people would give up after that. But not her. She believed in her story. So she kept trying. She sent it to another publisher, and then another. Rejection after rejection came. But she didn't stop. On the 13th try, one publisher finally said yes. And that book went on to sell millions of copies. The woman who was once rejected over and over became one of the most successful authors in the world. That woman is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Can you imagine what would have happened if she had stopped after the first rejection? Or the 5th? Or the 10th? The world would have missed out on her magic. But because she kept going, her dream came true. And that's what you need to remember. It's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you get back up. Success is not always fast. It's not always easy. But it belongs to those who refuse to quit. You might feel tired. You might feel stuck. Maybe you've tried something and it didn't work out. Maybe people around you say, "Why are you even trying?" But here's the thing. It's your life, not theirs. They don't see your heart. They don't know your dreams. And they don't walk your path. So don't let their doubts stop you. The road to success is full of bumps. Some days you'll feel like a winner. Other days you'll feel like giving up. But on those hard days, keep going. Even if it's just one small step. Keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep improving. Because every step you take brings you closer to your goal. And every time you choose to continue instead of quitting, you grow stronger. Your confidence grows, your skills grow, and most importantly, your belief in yourself grows. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need to be perfect. All you need is the courage to continue. Here's something important to understand. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a part of the journey. Everyone feels it. But what matters is what you do next. Do you run away? Or do you face it and keep walking forward? When fear knocks at your door, don't hide, don't freeze. Open the door and say, "I see you, but I won't let you stop me." Then walk past it, walk through it. Because beyond that fear lies your growth, your power, and your destiny. Think of all the things you've already survived. All the tough times, all the pain. You didn't give up then. Don't give up now. You are stronger than you think, and your future is waiting for you to rise. So keep going, even if the road is long. Keep going, even if no one claps for you. Keep going, even when everything inside you wants to stop. Because real success doesn't come to those who never fall. It comes to those who never give up. This is your life. This is your journey. And the most powerful words you can say to yourself are, "I will not stop. Keep going." Conclusion. Turn fear into fuel. You've now discovered the 5 powerful rules to help you deal with the fear of failure. Let's quickly go over them one more time. Change what failure means to you. Learn from failure instead of fearing it. Let failure become your teacher, not your enemy. Take small steps, not giant leaps. Success doesn't happen overnight. Take one step at a time. Small wins lead to big victories. Focus on what you can control. Don't waste your energy on things outside your hands. Control your actions, your thoughts, and your attitude. Imagine the worst, and then prepare for it. Don't run from fear. Face it. Plan for it. Prepare yourself, and you'll find it has less power over you. Keep going. No matter what. Never give up. Even if it's hard. Even if you fall. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward. These are not just lessons to remember. These are tools you can use every day. When fear shows up, and it will, you don't have to run away. You don't have to freeze. You can take action. Fear is not the problem. The real problem is what you do with it. Most people see fear as a stop sign. But successful people see fear as a green light. A signal to move forward, to grow, to become stronger. Yes, fear will visit you. It might whisper, "What if you fail?" But now, you have the power to answer back. You can say, "So what if I fail? I'll learn, I'll grow, I'll come back stronger." That's how you turn fear into fuel. That's how you use it to push you forward, not hold you back. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not alone. Everyone feels fear. Even the most successful people in the world have faced it. The difference is, they didn't let it stop them. And neither should you. Every great story begins with a moment of doubt, a moment when the hero feels afraid. But the story changes when they choose to act anyway, when they rise, even with shaking hands. That's what makes them powerful. That's what makes them unstoppable. And now, you are the hero of your story. The road ahead may not be smooth. There will be hard days. There will be setbacks. But you have something stronger than fear. You have courage. You have purpose. You have dreams worth chasing. So don't wait for the perfect moment. It may never come. Don't wait until you feel ready. The truth is, no one ever feels 100% ready. Take the first step anyway. Start today. Speak that one English sentence. Apply for that job. Share your idea. Learn that new skill. Face that fear. And then take the next small step. Day by day, you will grow. Step by step, you will become stronger. And soon you will look back and realize, fear didn't stop you. In fact, it helped you rise. Your fear is not a wall. It's a door. And now you have the key. Open it. Walk through it. And claim the life that belongs to you. This is your time. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now this is your life. Not a test, not a practice run. Your real life. So don't let fear steal one more day. Use it. Turn it into fire. Let it light your path. Go forward with courage. Go forward with strength. Go forward with purpose. Build your life bravely. And always remember, fear may visit, but it doesn't get to stay. You are in control now. You've got this.